Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Western Grinding Road Course Series. That's right, the Thursday Night Thunder coming at you right here from Akiyama International Circuit. We do want to first and foremost apologize. A little bit under the weather, but we're going to kick it off for you right here tonight. 26 laps scheduled in tonight's main event. Drivers already on track trying to lay down a fast lap in qualifying. Who's going to put it top of the speed charts across the pond? Not to the east. We're going to head to the west side. That's right, all the way across the Pacific. We're going to land in Japan and kick it off right here tonight from Akiyama. Over 18 drivers set to make the start here tonight. Who's going to take the top spot? Going to be a little bit of time before drivers lay down that fast time, over a minute and 15 seconds to put in a time lap here at the 11-turn road course nestled in the beautiful mountains of Japan. What a race, what a night it's gonna be. So what do you say we get rid of your track information, and before we head trackside, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you can all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And again, speaking of trackside, drivers laying down those qualifying times. You can see, I believe that is the 74 out there on the track, getting ready to go by the backside of the raceway. Richard Vanderhave out on a flying lap. Raymond Causey, Bill Smitham, Dean Miller set to turn in a time lap. As the music fades away in the background, we'll begin to see these drivers turn in those times. Last week's race winner, not here tonight, not in the field. Ethan Wilson not making the trip here to Japan, still doing a little bit of celebrating from last week's race win in these LMP2s over there at Laguna Seca. That's right, WeatherTech Raceway picking up a checkered flag was Ethan Wilson. So he'll walk away or walk into tonight as your series leader. But I would expect to see him drop that by not being here. Going to be a close little battle over the course of these next 3 weeks to decide the overall season championship. Coming into tonight's race, Kevin Santana, that 666, he was quick in the GT4s, quick in the GT3s, having a little bit of a rough go last week. Comes into tonight's race sitting 45 points ahead in the overall point standing. So Santana looking to have a good finish here tonight and almost wrap up the points by the time we exit the track. So we'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can put together here tonight. And speaking of putting together things in lap times, qualifying times are beginning to roll in out there. So let's get those over to the left-hand side of your screen. Johan Wilson, top of the speed chart. Sheldon Stingray right there. How about David Tamaro with a good run? The 014 going to slide in third. The 52 back in fourth. And Dean Miller rounding out your top five. Trying to see who we have out there on the track, and it looks like we've got about 13 drivers with a time lap turned in right now. Big E, Frenchie, Santana, James Schultz. How about Ray Zerkut, Paul Dillon, Bender? They're all yet to put in their time laps here for qualifying. So still some big names out there looking to go and grab a handful of spots here in qualifying. Just halfway through this 10-minute qualifying session, we've got 13 drivers on the board with another 7 to 8 still yet to go. I tell you what, as the track is a little quiet, there's Frenchie down there on the raceway. What do you say we go trackside here and take a little look at this 46 on his qualifying effort? Richard Vanderhave out there still turning some time lapse. Not going to be able to pick up any positions here as Vanderhave already turning in his time lap. He's going to go 13th. Frenchie still trying to make his first attempt at a qualifying lap. Ooh, gonna miss the corner there. Big moment, and that's gonna about do it for that qualifying lap for Frenchie. He's gonna have a bit of trouble. Paul Dillon in the car, but not leaving pit road just yet. Kevin Santana still yet to even make his way to his machine here for qualifying. So we'll see if Santana gets out there and turns into time lap or not, with just about 3.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Quick time belongs to Johan Wilson. The 44 will take the top spot for the time being. A 1:20.99 is the fast time for Wilson. I tell you what, nice, beautiful overhead camera shot. So what do you say we go trackside to a handful of these drivers? Let's see if we see anything out there. Let's take you a little bit around the track here. Some of the sights from around this beautiful 2.3-mile racetrack nestled in Akiyama, Japan. You know, as crazy as this may sound, I mean, it just popped in my head. I remember back when NASCAR went over to Japan, had some great road course racing over there. I would love to see a trip overseas for the NASCAR guys. Put them on some of these real road courses. No shot at the road courses that are around the United States here. I mean, we've got beautiful facilities. Road America. How about Road Atlanta? VIR, beautiful race facility. There's a road course up in New Jersey. How about Watkins Glen, Sonoma? Circuit of the Americas, the Miami Grand Prix starting to come into its own as well. We're going to open things up with a street course race in Chicago here shortly for NASCAR. But I believe, taking them to some of these iconic tracks that they used to visit before, I think would be absolutely amazing to get them back over in Japan, to get them over there in Europe, maybe at Silverstone or possibly Monza. Those would be amazing races, amazing turnouts to watch the NASCAR guys. Let's see if we can't get those heavy 10 tops back over on some of these foreign road courses. But we've got one here for us tonight. These LMP2s, no stranger to danger, no stranger to the turns and twists and the elevation changes here at Akiyama. And for the moment, with 60 seconds remaining here in qualifying, it looks like Johan Wilson will indeed secure the pole position for tonight's Akiyama Grand Prix. James Schultz out on track, but the 420 not going to have enough time to put in his time lapse. So top of the speed charge, provisional pole in hand, Johan Wilson will lead the field to the green flag here tonight. So with just a handful of seconds remaining in qualifying, we're going to get ready to step away from the track for just a brief commercial break, pay a few of the sponsor bills, head trackside for your national anthem, and then dive right into your starting lineup. So once again, we appreciate each and every one of you joining us here tonight. You're watching the Western Grinding Thursday series. That's right, it's road course racing at its finest. Race number 2 here in the 4-week mini season in the LMP2s. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleam. broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back, trackside here from Akiyama International Circuit, all the way from Japan, hitting you through the airwaves tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network with the Western Grinding Road Racing Series. That's right, the Thursday night series. Getting ready to fire off. Track officials have cleared the track, and we are ready to get our 20-car field on track for tonight's Akiyama Grand Prix. Johan Wilson taking the pole position moments ago in qualifying, and I tell you what, let's go ahead trackside as these drivers get ready to fire things off here tonight all the way from Japan. Looks like most of the field making their way through pre-race inspection, so let's go ahead and run down tonight's starting lineup here in the Akiyama Grand Prix. Starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter inside of his 44 machine, Johan Wilson. Sheldon Stingray is going to start just to his outside with David Tamara in the 52. Back in row number 2, row number 3 here tonight, the 019 of Chris Llewellyn and the 055 of Bill Smitham. Jeff Spotswood and Dean Miller will make up row number 4 here tonight. Row number 5 and rounding out your top 10, Bender and Fast Freddy. John Sayre and Andy back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight from Akiyama, Raymond Causey and Frenchie. Richard Vanderhave and Kevin Santana will start from row number 8. Row number 9 tonight, the 113 of Paul Dillon and the 420 of James Schultz. Razor Cut and Big E will finish out the 20-car field as the pace car has ducked in. Drivers will get ready to nail the loud pedal. We're set to drop the green flag here from Akiyama. Down the long straightaway we roll, and on the gas for the first time tonight. Green flag flies here from Akiyama. Stepping out of the line. A little bit further back in the field, you can see drivers battling for those positions. Outside lane not getting going. Stacked up still side by side for a handful of these drivers making their way around these first few corners through Williams and down towards Hadwood Curve. Gonna go down the long straightaway here and head into the hairpin. The 44 of Wilson still showing the way. David Tamara going to move to second. Well, the 52 drops, picks up a position to third. Bill Smitham still rounds out your top 5. A lot of action on this opening lap, so we're going to jump around just a little bit. There's Smitham back in that 5th position. Dean Miller right behind him. Chris Llewellyn running well, looking to the outside now with that 52. Causey with a little bit of an off-track moment. Raymond Causey with a moment. He's going to drop a handful of positions now outside of your top 15. Race leader will bring him around the final corner and back across the stripe. Lap number 2 goes on the board. Just 25 laps to go here from Akiyama International. Starting to stretch out just a little bit throughout this field, so we'll try to jump to some battles if we can. Back at the front of the field, Wilson unable to shake Tamara for the moment. The 014 still hot on his trail. And while we've got everybody's attention at the start of this race, a lot of heavy action going on. Let's jump around that 4th, 5th, 6th position. There you can see drivers all single file, all within about a half a second of each other. We do want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you tuning in here tonight. Big shout out to Western Grinding, Izzo's Plumbing also on board here with the Thursday night series. So a big shout out to all of those sponsors, as well as the Worn Out Racers group right here on iRacing.com. The Worn Out Racers bringing you some of the best racing action every single night of the week. So a big shout out to each and every one of the drivers. And again, we do want to apologize about the voice here tonight. A little under the weather the past few days, the past week or so, dealing with a lot of sinus issues and things of that nature. They've kind of caught up with us, so we do apologize about the voice here tonight, but we're going to soldier on through it, just like these drivers are going to soldier on through these cars and on the track, trying to lay down those fast laps. Front of the field, Wilson still showing the way. David Tamara right there in second. The 52 moves to third. Llewellyn up a spot to fourth. Bill Smitham right here on screen. You can see that blue and white number 55 machine holding down the final spot inside of your top 5. A little bit of a hornet's nest back behind them. There you can see Spotswood, Fast Freddy, Bender, Sheldon, Stingray trying to look for a way around, bobbing, weaving, sticking and moving to the outside through the corner. Stingray looking to make some moves. And how about that? What a move there by Stingray, bobbing and weaving on that long straightaway, trying to set up a pass, and is going to complete that pass. Sheldon started up near the front of the field, but had to head to the back, dropped to what is now 7th position, sitting in the 9th spot. Stingray on his way back to the front. Front of the field, not much changing. Johan Wilson still showing the way. 3 laps into tonight's 26 lap Grand Prix. David Tamara right there holding down second. Miller and Smitham still going at it as we watch Sheldon Stingray close in on drivers in front of him. That number 29 is quick here tonight, and he is looking to make his way back up through this field. Close racing action here, 7th, 8th, and 9th on the speedway. Stingray looking for a spot on that Nissan 83 sponsored machine. And Spotswood going to have... bad things get close. Spotswood's going to have to worry about the next corner. There it is. Methodical moves being made here by the 29. He's going to run right up on the tail end of that 74. Look for Stingray to make a move heading to turn 1. Not close enough to attempt to pass here in turn one, so he'll regroup, regather through these first few corners. As the drivers all head through Wilson and down towards the hairpin. Everybody through Atwood Circle, hairpin coming at you. There you can see race leader going by. There's Wilson, Tamara in the 52. Here comes Llewellyn, Smith, and Miller. And there's the pass by the 29, making short work of Fast Freddy. That's going to put Freddy right in the clutches of Spotswood now. What a battle here between these three machines. Stingray kind of broke up the battle for a moment while he was dicing his way through these three drivers, but they continue to go at it. Freddy, Spotswood, Bender, all in a row on track. 8th, 9th, 10th on the speedway. Paul Dillon just kind of lurking in the background there. You can see that 113. As Dillon has got himself a comfortable lead over the 12th place runner, the 34 of Andy, with a little bit of a rough go, has an off-track moment, but keeps it headed in the right direction. Front of your field still remains the same. Wilson continuing to leave Tamara, but not letting him go anywhere is that 014. And as we come around the final few corners here, I tell you what, let's jump on board here. Let's get an onboard cockpit vantage point from that 014 of David Tamara as he's trying to run down your pole sitter, your race leader. David Tamara right here sitting in that second position. He's been right here all since the drop of the green flag. Really, that outside lane didn't quite pan out for the 29 of Stingray. He had an issue on lap number 1, fell through the field, but has since begun to make his way back through as we go trackside now, looking off of the tail end of Wilson's number 44 machine. Give you a little bit better point of view of just how close these two guys are running out there on the track. Man, beautiful camera shot off of the tail end of this LMP2, and here comes the pass for the race lead. Will we see it happen? And a little bit of a Magic Man moment there for the 014. He's going to dive to the inside on the hairpin. He's going to grab that spot. Can Wilson somehow gain it back by the time they make their way through the last corner? Stepping away is Tamara right here, already a half a second advantage after grabbing that race lead. A little bit of connection problems here for Tamara as he's going to blink in and out on us for his moment. Through the final corner and back to the start-finish line we roll, and David Tamara will be your new race leader here from Akiyama. He will officially put that lap lead in his back pocket. Tamara, your new race leader. Wilson right there behind. 52 still sitting in third position. Chris Llewellyn still in that fourth spot, up one position from where he qualified tonight. Dean Miller still locking down a top 5. We've got a bit of gaps going on back through this field, so I tell you what, let's jump back to one of our only battles on track here. Let's take a look at this 83 and the 74 as they continue to go at it for positions just outside of your top 5. Fast Freddy and Jeff Spotswood continuing to throw kitchen sinks at each other right here. That Nissan sponsored number 83 of Spotswood just can't seem to put the car in the position to get the run out of these corners that he needs. He gets right on the gearbox, but just unable to complete the pass. And with all the action going on track, we hadn't had a moment to really dive in to the running order here tonight. It looks like we've got 3 retirements on our hands already. Big E, Zerkut, Santana, all out of tonight's Grand Prix. Already 18 laps remaining, but Santana, the big story here, came into tonight's race sitting just 45 points ahead in the overall points championship for this 12-week run through 3 different road course machines. Santana was looking for a good finish to, I don't want to say lock up that championship, but put himself in a position to just finish in a top 10 over the course of the next 2 weeks to solidify and secure that season championship. But now, with minimal points from the racetrack here tonight in the Akiyama Grand Prix, Santana is going to be in a much more precarious situation when we hit the track next week. I mean, it's going to be, this could turn into a crazy, crazy battle over the course of these final 2 weeks. Wilson not here tonight. Last week's race winner. The leader in the 4-week mini season in these LMP2s. So that championship standing is going to change. Championship standings are going to get tighter overall with Santana not being in the field here tonight. So Road America will have huge points implications for a handful of drivers, not just 1 or 2. I mean 5, 6, 7 drivers going to have some big gains with some big names not in the field here tonight and having some problems. Not much going on at the front of the field, but we will run down your top 5. Front of the field started from 3rd. Gained the race lead just about a lap and a half ago. Showing the way out front now by 2.3 seconds. David Tamara, your race leader. Pole sitter here tonight, fastest in happy hour, fastest in qualifying, held on to the race lead for quite an extended time here tonight. Johan Wilson will drop from 1st back to 2nd, still a solid points night ahead of this 44. 52 up 1 position from where he qualified, from 4th now to 3rd, rounding out your podium drivers. 52 with a solid run here tonight. Chris Llewellyn also with a good run. He's going to sit in that 4th position for the time being. This is beginning to develop into a battle for that 4th and 5th position. Dean Miller right behind him here. Take a look at this number 5 machine as he begins to close in. I tell you what, we do have an onboard camera shot, so what do you say we go to the nose? Right off the front end of this Johnny Walker number 5 LMP2, piloted by Dean Miller. What a beautiful camera shot too. Absolutely great camera work by everybody back at the Turn 3 Network and the headquarters, collaborating with all of the teams and the race drivers and officials to find out the sweet spots on these cars to bring you some of these amazing onboard camera shots. What a run here tonight from Akiyama as we get closer to that halfway point. We'll continue to watch the battle on track unfold, because creeping up in the background, don't look now, Sheldon Stingray on his way back to the front of this field was down and out, really, and has kept his head down, elbows up, maintained focus and composure, and here comes that 29. Llewellyn and Miller going at it, 4th and 5th. That battle, we're going to head just inside of your top 10. Watch this battle unfold between the 74 of Fast Freddy and Bill Smitham. Well, we apologize. That's Bender. Smitham right behind him in that 055. There he is coming into the picture. Oh, drivers with troubles, drivers with issues. Oh, my goodness. Spotswood going to have some problems, and he's going to give up a handful of positions battling right here. Let's take a look at this 83. He's got Bill Smitham right behind. What was a 2 became a 3, now a 4-car battle. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th on the racetrack, all lined up with each other right around the corner from the halfway point here tonight in the Akiyama Grand Prix. Trouble on the track for Frenchie. He's been on pit road for quite some time, and it looks like the 09 of Raymond Causey has had some issues as well. Causey will head to the hauler. We'll continue to watch the 4-car battle unfolding on track. As we got a 3-car battle going on right in front of them. Let's go here. Let's go up as we've got a battle for a top 5 spot. Sheldon Stingray going to take that 5th position away from Dean Miller. Now looking to work over Llewellyn for that 4th spot. Let's go a little closer. Let's go on board with the 29 of Stingray as he closes in on the tail end of that 019. Again, beautiful camera shots here tonight from Akiyama Raceway as drivers head into the hairpin. There you can see them all lined up with each other. A little bit of a lockup, right front lockup at a Stingray. Gotta be careful making slight little mistakes like that. The sliding of the tires could come back to haunt you. Just 13 laps remaining. I believe these drivers will have to make one pit stop. And it looks like the majority of the field gonna when we got trouble. There it is. Llewellyn feeling some pressure and on the gas a little too soon, and he's gonna go around. We'll take another look at the replay here. See exactly what happened, but it looked like just cooking the tires a little bit on corner exit. Let's go back and let's see what happened with Llewellyn, and there is a little bit of a slide, and he's going to loop it right around, give up that position to Stingray, as well as Miller back to a top 5. And just like that, Stingray, he's going to have an off-track moment. Sheldon with a little bit of a moment. He's going to give up that 4th position to Dean Miller. Let's see what happened here. There it is, off track for a moment. Had to correct the car to not lose it, and he's going to lose the position instead. But I think it's more of a give up a little to save a lot moment there inside of the cockpit of that 29 for Sheldon Stingray. If he didn't jab the brakes and lock up the tires, he was all but going to go around and give up a ton more time. So veteran move, very aware of the situation. Great racecraft right there on display by that 29. Less than 30 miles of racing action remain here tonight from Akiyama International. right here with the Western Grinding Thursday Road Course Series. Heavy battle back here in the field. We've got lap machines. We've got lead lap cars all over each other. Fast Freddy, Bender, Spotswood, Bill Smitham still going at it for positions inside of your top 10. Making their pit stops already and losing a little bit of ground on the field. John Sayer and Richard Vanderhave will fall off of the lead lap. Only 2 drivers listed off of the lead lap, still out there on track. We started tonight's Akiyama Grand Prix with 20 drivers. We are down to just 15 on the track with only 13 left on the lead lap. James Schultz in danger. There you can see race leader David Tamara not too far behind. Tamara starting to gain a little bit more ground, but with just 10 to go, can Schultz find a way to finish on this lead lap? Battle gonna ensue once again between Dean Miller and Sheldon Stingray. It's gonna be for 4th and 5th this time instead of 5th and 6th. Miller capitalizing on the mistake by Sheldon. And now Sheldon's trying to find his way back, well, a little further in the top 5 once again, but trying to find his way back to that podium position. Sheldon Stingray gonna bring his 29 to pit road this time by give up the fight for that 4th position for the moment. We'll look at the pit road delta out front. Still reeling in that 420 of James Schultz, trying to put Schultz a lap down. And there you can see the 420 moving over to the outside of the racetrack. That's going to give the preferred line to the 014 heading down into the hairpin. Going to get a little bit of a measuring stick here, as Stingray was one of the fastest drivers out there on the track. Pit road delta looks to be about a 40.5 second stop on and off of pit road. We'll see what your race leaders do this time around, and it looks like both of them will continue out on track. Nobody in your top 3 coming to pit road just yet. Andy and Paul Dillon do indeed come to pit road last time around, as the 52 going to make a fool of us, and he's going to head to pit road. So we called out your top 3 not coming to pit road, and then the 52 last moment he's going to dive for his one and only pit stop. So now the green flag pit stop gets real interesting. Chris Llewellyn, Bill Smitham, Bender all coming to pit road. Sheldon Stingray going to move to the 8th position, up to speed, now to 7th, make that 6th, with drivers in front of him still yet to make their pit stop here. Stingray going to look to catapult himself almost to that top spot. Look at it right here, race fans. A 40.5 second pit stop. He's 47 seconds back. So he's going to be in much better shape right now than what he was before the pit stop. Undercut may just work for Stingray. Johan Wilson going to bring his 44 to pit road. Dane Miller also to pit road this time by. That's going to leave just your race leader, David Tamara, in the 74 of Fast Freddy. Those two drivers are going to be your only drivers yet to make their green flag pit stop, and Freddy going to move to pit road this time by. And once again, race fans, we do want to apologize about the voice. It's just, dealing with sinuses and allergies, catching up with us, finally getting the better of us. Got our voice off just a little bit, trying to keep the green tea in us and keep us as energetic as we can, bringing you all this racing action on this 2.3-mile racetrack. The Akiyama Grand Prix enters the final moments as race leader David Tamara will head to pit road. The 52 with a great pit stop. Almost a full second faster than Sheldon Stingray. And he's going to have the fastest stop of them all here tonight. The 52 with a big chance here. '52 will gain one position over Johan Wilson. 5 seconds back for Wilson. Stingray does gain back a spot, but only to fourth, and he's 6 seconds back from Wilson with 6 laps to go. Will we see Sheldon make it to a podium position? Hot and heavy action here tonight from Akiyama International as Bill Smitham closes in on Fast Freddy. Once again, the 55 and the 74 continue their fight. High five for race leader David Tamara. This time around, we'll see just 5 laps to go here from Akiyama International Circuit, all the way from the hills of Japan right to your living room. If you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and make sure, as always, you drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, one of our sponsors. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So while you're here enjoying some great road course action brought to you by Western Grinding and the Worn Out Racers, you're watching the Thursday Night Road Course Series. 5.5 second advantage for Tamara over the 52. Wilson right here as well. Wilson another 3, make that 4 seconds back, so almost a 10-second deficit back to the third place runner who was your pole sitter. There you can see him right here. Wilson with a little bit of a rough go on and off pit road, gave up quite a bit of time on pit road. We're going to go back to a battle on the speedway. What do you say we rejoin them again? Almost every time we've looked at these two, they have been right there running with each other. The 74 of Fast Freddy and the 055 of Bill Smitham. They've been all over each other all night long. Freddy up 3 positions, Smitham down 2 from where they qualified here tonight. So a tale of 2 different races meeting up right here in the middle. A little further back in the field outside of your top 10, Andy in the 34 beginning to close in on that 113 of Paul Dillon. Both of these drivers still left on the lead lap, sitting in the 11th and 12th for the time being, as race leader David Tamara will see just 3 laps to go this time by. Well, we got problems. Andy's going to have a lockup, saves the spin, but going to give up a ton of time. And that battle, just like that, in a blink of an eye, will be gone. Only battle for position on the racetrack. Back to these two gentlemen continuing to throw fisticuffs here tonight. Fast Freddy and Bill Smitham still going at it. The 00 of Richard Vanderhave going to move to the right-hand side of the track. Let your lead lap machines battle it out amongst themselves. 420 of James Schultz right there in front of these two men, still throwing these haymakers. Schultz going to move his way by blue flags, being obeyed by all of the drivers here tonight. Great gentlemen racing here at Akiyama, and here's the move to the inside. Smitham looked like he wanted to take it. He's going to get tight off of corner exit here. Drag race down the long stretch into the hairpin, and he's going to grab that position away. Smitham looked like he was going to grab that position away, but getting it back into the hairpin. And oh, there's the mistake. There's the mistake, and just like that, door's going to open up, and Smitham going to step right on through with popsicle sticks on display for your race leader. David Tamara sees the 2 to go. Smitham starting to step away. There's a little look back off of the tail end of that 55 as they cross the line for what will begin their final 2 laps of the race. And we're going to head up front with your race leader as he heads into the final few corners here. And there it is. Final corner. Back down the long straightaway. White flag will fly. Final lap here tonight from Japan in the Akiyama Grand Prix. Live from Akiyama International Circuit. David Tamara pounced at the front of this field. Started from third. Has led more than half of the race. Took the race lead with about 15 laps remaining and has not looked back. Tamara looking for his first win in these LMP2 machines. The 52 with a fine race tonight as well. Sits in second. Your pole sitter Wilson dropping from that top spot, leading the first 13 laps of tonight's Akiyama Grand Prix. He'll still walk away with a fine finish and a good points day, but unfortunately Wilson unable to capture the flag. We're going to go back to the top spot here as Tamara once again through these final few corners closing in on lap traffic, but it's not going to matter. Around the corner for the final time into the last corner. There you can see race leader making his way to the front stretch and back across the stripe. Your race winner, checkered flag in hand, giving you a little blinking action. That 014 of David Tamara will walk away with the checkered flag. The 52 will come across in second with Johan Wilson rounding out your podium drivers here tonight. A great fight back for position 4, Stingray, as he's going to as he's going to finish in fourth tonight. And rounding out your top 5 will be Dean Miller. What a race, what a night, what a run for all of your podium drivers. And here he is enjoying his cool down lap. He's going to stop and give some of these fans a little bit of photo opportunity. There you can see him in the Autism Awareness Happy Hour Racing 014. David Tamero will walk away with the top spot here tonight from Akiyama as he's joined by his fellow podium finishers. We're going to take a moment, get things set up for your post-race interviews before we head trackside. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside high above the raceway as we have brought the Akiyama Grand Prix to a close. What a race. There was battles at the front, battles in the mid-pack. We've seen drivers losing some spots and making a ton of headway throughout their race. What a night. What a race to watch, and we're going to dive right into your post-race interviews. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man that walked away. With the man that walked away in that final podium position, pole sitter here tonight. How you doing, man? How you feeling after a solid night?
I'm feeling great. There was I think some people just didn't get up to where they should have been in qualifying and practice. There were about 4 people faster than me. So I figured I was around a third or fourth place car going into this, and I was a little surprised when I got pole. And from there, I was just trying to hold David off for a little while, and he was just so much faster breaking into that hairpin. and he finally made it stick. And then it was just save tires, and I messed up my pit stop, and otherwise I would have been fighting pretty hard for third place anyways with Best there, because he's somebody, he just he's fast, and he's even faster on pit stop. So that would have been neck and neck if I hadn't messed up. So I'm happy where I finished up. I figure I finished right about where I should have been.
Well, man, you're gonna walk away from the track with a great points day. Last week's race winner not in the field here tonight, so he won't have the points lead heading into next week's race. You're gonna make up some good ground there. Do you think you can carry anything over from here to Road America?
We'll see. Road America is one of those tracks that I really like it, so I don't do great on it. I do well on the tracks that I don't like as much, and but we'll just see. I did pretty well last time we raced at Road America. I really like these cars, and yeah, it's nice to have a little momentum going into that race.
Well, again, my man, congratulations on a great race here tonight. A great finish, walking away with third. Before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back at the race shop?
I like to thank all the admins for Worn Out Racers. They work for us all the time to make sure we have a lot of fun, and really appreciate their hard work. And just want to have a shout out to them and the whole league. Thank you very much for having us race.
All right. Well, again, my man, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. And we'll see if you can't back it up at Road America.
See you then.
All right. Final few parting words from the man that walked away third in the final spot on the podium. You're a pole sitter. You heard it from him himself. Wasn't the fastest, a little bit surprised about that podium position, or pole position, I should say, but able to keep it at the front. Got to clean up the pit stops a little bit, and we'll see how things go for Wilson at Road America, and that's going to move us right along the list. And it looks like maybe right along the list. And there we go. Yeah, sometimes technology gets you. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see if we can now grab a word or two in with the man behind the wheel of that 52 machine, Todd, piloting it home to a second place finish. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Honestly, it was, from my point of view, it was a pretty uneventful race. I was stuck. Started out good with it was good strong. Sheldon had a little mishap there early, and I took that spot, got to third, and just held on to it the rest of till after the pit cycle. And Johan had a little incident in the pits, and kind of beat him on the pit cycle, and came out second, and really never could close the gap. David was really strong. He was just solid the whole race, and never could close that gap at all on him.
Well, you mentioned the pit stops. You were, let's see, you were at least a second faster than anybody else on and off of pit road. So you did an amazing job getting on and off pit road. Only driver under 40 seconds with that pit road delta. So, I mean, you got to be happy about the way you were able to get that done. Got to be happy about the way the crew was able to service the car. One of the fastest pit stops as well. Only stationary for 8.18 seconds. I mean, that is lightning quick.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that. I'd practiced several times going into the pits, so I kind of had it down pretty good, because I've destroyed myself in so many races by messing up going into the pit. So I kind of had that one down good this time, but I just didn't have the speed to take it to the front runner out there. David, he was strong and just could not close on him.
Well, Todd, a fantastic finish for you here tonight. Walking away with second. Going to give yourself a shot in the arm in the point standings for this 4-week mini season as we get ready to head to the final 2 races at Road America and then back at Daytona for the season finale, or the series finale, I should say. So before we let you go and enjoy all the sights and sounds here and Japan walking away with the second place showing. Would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, I always want to give out a shout out to my wife for putting up with my hobby, and I need to give a shout out to our sponsor, Western Grinding, and Ethan. He couldn't be with us tonight, but I always give a shout out to Worn Out Racers for having such a good group of guys out here racing together.
Absolutely couldn't agree with you more. Some of the best racers that I've seen in a long time, and we're glad we get to be a part of it here on Thursday night. So, Todd, again, congratulations on your second place, and until next time, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man from Tennessee. It's a long way from Tennessee to Japan, but he's going to get the job done and walk away with the second position here tonight. What a run for Todd in that 52 machine, and that's going to move us right into victory lane. No jet lag to worry about. He got off the jet feeling good, and he's feeling better now in victory lane. David, it's Dave. How you feeling? All right, we're going to try him again. Dave, it's Dave. You got me?
I got you.
Oh, there he is. We got him now. What a race. What a night for you. Took you a handful of laps to get the top spot, but once you got there, you kind of walked away with this thing. How good does it feel to dominate the second half of the race the way that you did?
Like I think I told you last week, I just always do the best I can. And the first couple of laps, I know I'm faster than Johan. But I don't want to push it because I don't want to have an incident. So I know I'm gonna get it at some point. I just be in the back and then see where can I get it to pass safely. And then after I pass him, I just do my thing.
Well, you did your thing last week. You did your thing this week. The 4-week mini season here in the LMP2s looking like they're kind of swinging your way here. We're gonna hit Road America next week. What's your thoughts heading to that track?
Oh, I love Road America, so we'll see. I'm still gonna do my best, and we'll see the turnout. If Ethan around, I think Ethan is the very good driver.
Well, we'll see if Ethan makes it to the track next week. We'll see how you can go about it next week as well. We appreciate your honesty at all times with us, just trying to give it your best. And whatever happens, happens. So a big tip of the cap for that thought process. And before we let you go and celebrate the race win here tonight, David, would you like to give any final shout outs? Thank yous, love yous.
Yeah, Western Grinding #1. You guys #2 to broadcast it so I can watch it after this when I have dinner. And my wife and my daughter who allow me to drive this car every night.
Well, man, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. We hope you enjoy tonight's race when you get to watch back your race-winning performance. And until next time, and as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
See you. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walks away into the winner's circle, parking it in victory lane. David Tamero will walk away with his first checkered flag here in the LMP2s, and I do believe that may catapult him into the points lead as we head to Road America. We'll wait for the official point standings to come out about that one, but I do believe that's where he's going to be sitting heading into our third race of the 4-week mini season as we head to Road America next week. What a race, what a night across seas here in Japan with the Akiyama Grand Prix with the music in the background, producers ready to roll. So let's go ahead and give you your unofficial race results here tonight in the Akiyama Grand Prix. Walking away with the top spot, checkered flag in hand, the 014 of David Tamara. The 52 of Todd will finish in second with your pole sitter, Johan Wilson, finishing out your top 3. Sheldon Stingray back and forth with Dean Miller finishing out your top 5. Chris Llewellyn going to slide home in 6th. The 055 of Bill Smitham walks away from the track in 7th. 8th place tonight's a Fast Ready with Jeff Spotswood right behind in 9th. The 109 of Bender will finish out your top 10. The 34 of Andy comes home in 11th. Paul Dillon back in 12th. John Sayre will finish the Akiyama Grand Prix in 13th. Richard Vanderhave in 14th. And the 420 of James Schultz coming home in 15th. Raymond Causey will finish tonight's Grand Prix back in 16th with Frenchie following him up in 17th. 18th tonight belongs to Kevin Santana. Ray Zercut and Big E will finish out here 20 car field here tonight from Japan. What a race, what a night. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and get ready to jump on the jet to head back to Road America for next Thursday night's racing action, brought to you by Western Grinding. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, you're watching the Thursday Night Road Course Series. What a night, what a run. If you haven't already, don't forget to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.